Hey folks, this is Vint with Ads Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Rocket Shipment. This is a game that's coming to Steam on January 15th, 2021. The price, according to my press sheet, is going to be roughly $9. So, what is Rocket Shipment? Well, it's like Lunar Lander. Have you ever played Lunar Lander, kids? If you haven't, then I'm sorry. Lunar Lander was a game that I used to play as a kid, and in Lunar Lander, you guided this little triangular ship around the map trying to land on your little landing pad. This game kind of elevates that to the next level by tasking you with delivering things prior to landing on your pad. In level 1 and level 2, you don't have to worry about that. It's just get this triangular ship over to the pad. Okay, great. You have to manage fuel levels while you do it. There's a little green bar in the bottom right-hand corner. So you kind of have to be somewhat efficient with your fuel burns and let gravity sort of guide you to your destination rather than thrusting all over the place. Those levels were easy, fine. And there are a total of 20 levels. Once I got to like level 5, I'm like, okay, this is getting a little serious. It's getting really hard now. And I actually rage quit at level 6. I'm like, I can't beat this. I just don't have the patience for it. You're going to have these little things shooting at you from time to time. Like, there's these little fixed platforms on the wall that'll shoot these orange balls. Whenever you do pick up a container, it'll add inertia and weight to your ship, so as it's swinging back and forth, you have to account for that. If your ship happens to hit a wall, even if you're not going very quickly or fast, you can still die. So, and you have 5 lives. So it's very frustrating sometimes to not hit anything. Like, you have to be super patient and super accurate with what you're doing. But the whole idea of the game is pick up these containers, bring them over to their landing platform. You know, red crates go to red platforms and so on. And then you land on your pad. There are fuel containers that you'll be tractoring in along the way. You've got this tether that you can hit with spacebar. And the object that you are near will highlight green, and that's the one you've locked onto. Hit spacebar, you'll tether it, and if it's a fuel container, you'll automatically get fuel, which is nice. If it's a crate, again, it'll just sort of just swing there until you manage to let it go with spacebar again or whatever. So yeah, I like the idea of the game. It's just the main levels after level 5 are way too difficult. I got to level 6, tried it a couple of times. I'm like, no, this is frustrating me. And then for giggles, I tried level 20. Boy, that was a mistake. I tried, I really did. I couldn't even get past the first part. There's this tank that moves around shooting at you. There's a one-way door with a key on the other side, and if you go too far into that little tiny room to get the key, the door closes on you and you can't get out. So, like, this is one of those games where the main levels, or at least the later levels, are designed so that you're going to beat your head against a wall repeatedly just to get what you need to get done. I don't like that. The saving grace of this game, I think, is the level editor. The level editor is something that's really cool. There are no tooltips. That's one thing I'd like to complain about. Just, I feel like this game was designed for mobile and not for PC, where you're hovering your mouse over things in the interface and it doesn't tell you at all what they do. There's no in-game encyclopedia also telling you what the different objects are. So if you're new to the game and you're trying to create levels, you're hovering your mouse over this item going, well, what is this? How do I put it down? What does it do? Okay, so I can put this door down, I guess. It has a key on it. So what? Do I need a red key for this red door? Oh, yes. Okay, so I need to put it down this way. If I tractor the key close enough to the door, it'll automatically open. Okay, I get that now. So, like, this is a game that you have to learn through trial and error. And I think there's some missed opportunities here to add some helpful things to the PC version. I don't know if there is a mobile version, but it seems like it was designed for mobile. I just feel like there should be some kind of in-game encyclopedia educating players as to what all of these different objects do so that they have a reference point. So that when they're creating levels, they don't have to guess, well, I didn't get to this far in the main game because I found it too frustrating, but yet I still want to make some fun levels for myself or just to share with the community. You know what I mean? So I would really like to see some kind of tooltip section or tooltip feature to where it explains what the item is in the interface and what it does and how you interact with it, or just like an in-game encyclopedia of sorts to tell you what every object does, so that, people don't have to try and beat their head against the wall in the campaign, so that they learn what these objects do. Speaking of beating your head against the wall, there's also no map in game, as far as I can tell. I haven't found one. So you're going to be replaying these levels repeatedly until you get the hang of where everything is, because again, you have limited fuel supplies. So some of the more open-ended maps that aren't sort of broken up by obvious wall sections, like you're going to be flying to the left going, okay, I'm going to hover here for a while, try and find, is there a fuel container? Oh, I see the red platform, but now I got to find this red crate. Oh, no, I'm out of fuel. So, like, there's no way when you first go into the harder levels to plan your route. You kind of have to explore. So it's like the game is encouraging you to fail multiple times before you actually get the job done. And that, again, that bothers me. So, like, this game is cool. I'm not trying to discourage anyone from buying it. It's $9. Again, it will be $9 on January 15th when it releases, 2021. However, there are some things about it that just straight up bother me. Again, it feels very mobile-y, no tooltips, no in-game encyclopedia educating players as to what the different objects do. There's no in-game map. Sometimes the controls, controlling your ship can be a little frustrating, and again, you got to be very patient with it. And even when you are super patient, sometimes just one little mistake ruins your run and you got to try again. I feel like I'm playing a game similar to that of Super Meat Boy, where you got to like be super accurate. It's like one of those super hard platformers that you got to be really accurate with, but it's more of a slow-paced Super Meat Boy, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, again, I think the saving grace here is the level editor. The fact that you can make your own levels once you learn what everything does and once you figure it out, that's a lot of fun. The fact that there's going to be some sort of, save file, you can save your levels, you can share it with others. That is the biggest selling point here, I think. It's not the 20 levels that comes with the game, 15 of which I find too frustrating to play. It's the level editor. That, to me, is the saving grace. Now, could this game have done better? Yeah. Again, everything I just listed. And I would also like to see in the future, possibly, some kind of upgrade system where, you're delivering items for maybe upgrade points, or you're finding items in the level for upgrade points that persist from level to level to make the harder levels a little bit more manageable. And people, if you want a challenge, you can turn that off or whatever. These are just ideas I'm spitballing here. But I would like to see some kind of permanent upgrade system for my ship. Something just a little bit extra, some sort of like small skill/tech tree, something to make the game a little bit more interesting. As it stands, it's just more of a Lunar Lander 2.0 with deliveries. And you've got some other things that you have to manage. Again, there's fuel and one-way doors and finding keys for doors and tanks that shoot you and different things like that. So it's a good game, don't get me wrong. It's just there are some things that frustrate me about it and some missed opportunities. But if this is your thing, if you like challenging, if you like a slow burn challenge, then you may enjoy this one. If you like creating levels and trying out levels that other people have created in the workshop, then you may want to take a look at this as well. If you're super casual like me, then that's what you're going to be spending most of your time doing, finding levels that suit your play style. Not the last 15 levels of the campaign that are just a slog to play because, anyway. So there you go, Rocket Shipment. I think I've said my piece about it. I kind of like it, I kind of don't. They could do some things better. $9 on January 15th, 2021. Keep an eye out for it. If you guys haven't already, subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.